Hello, I'm Chini from MSK MRI.
The classification of posterior medial meniscal root injuries on MRI divides tears into degeneration, partial tear, and complete tear categories. Apart from MRI classification, root injuries are also classified arthroscopically. LaPrade et al. Introduced an arthroscopic classification of meniscal tears based on their morphologic structure and location. It includes 5 types applicable to medial and lateral menisci, specifically addressing tears within 9 mm of the root attachment. Among these types, type 1 denotes a partial tear of the root, occurring with a frequency of 7%. Diagnosing a partial tear of the medial meniscus posterior root can be more challenging than diagnosing a complete tear. Let's compare a normal root to one with a partial tear, on the left, a normal root, and on the right, a partial tear. The medial meniscus posterior root is situated just anterior to the PCL and typically appears fissured due to its composition of several bundles. However, such fissuring should not be confused with degeneration or a partial tear. In a partial tear, there is irregular, heterogeneous, high signal intensity within the posterior root. While the striations of a normal posterior root appear at regular intervals, those of a partial tear exhibit irregular morphology and signal intensity. Furthermore, abnormal signal intensity may extend to the inferior articular surface or manifest as abnormal root morphology with partial discontinuity. Fluid signal intensity extending towards the inferior articular surface at the junction between the root and posterior horn of the medial meniscus is visible, particularly on coronal images, and this can also be appreciated on axial images. Additionally, one may observe subcortical bone marrow edema-like signal intensity deep to the root anchor in the posteromedial tibial plateau, known as the posterior shiny corner sign. This sign is particularly useful in diagnosing a partial tear of the medial meniscus posterior root, especially when an MRI examination is conducted in the early phase following the tear's onset. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button.